Hi guys, and welcome back to Hilltop Farm. I'm Jay, and thank you for joining me for a coffee break. What's been happening here? Well, as you would know if you've been keeping up with what's going on with the channel, those quails have hatched. Yes, they survived the impact of that car accident. Still can't believe it. We had such a huge success rate with them, but we have. Okay, can you take this away? The smoke plume is just drifting up in my face the whole time. Thanks. Cannot believe the success rate we've had with them, but we have. They're doing really well. We had most of them hatch. They were much more strung out than chickens or ducks. Chickens or ducks, you often get the odd one or two that sort of hatch 12 to 24 hours earlier than the rest, and the odd one 12 hours later. But these guys, most of them hatched in a 24-hour period, I'll give you that. But we're sort of 3 days later and they're still, you know, a couple of times a day there's another one or two in there. So we're just leaving the incubator to go, and until I guess we give up hope. But as I say, they're still hatching periodically, which is most bizarre. But anyway, that's just how it is. What else has been happening? The insurance company has decided finally that my car is a write-off, and they've paid me out, said goodbye, hasta la vista baby, and we've purchased a new car to replace it. So that little chapter hopefully is behind us, and there'll be no more repeats of that, hopefully. Pippa, one of our papillons, is entering the period of her pregnancy that I call her confinement. If she were a human, she would be about the equivalent now of, I'd say, 35 weeks. So she's having a few Braxton Hicks contractions, she's had a couple of dummy runs. She's certainly fed up with the whole thing. She actually likes being pregnant. Pippa does. She enjoys being pregnant, but she's at the point now where I think space is becoming an issue. So we've had to break her meals up so she has more meals but smaller, because she really struggles to eat a normal sized meal, and it's just lack of space, I think. And she's very clingy. So tomorrow is officially the first day that, I mean, she technically could have them any day, but I would class them as being a bit too early. Tomorrow, probably the same. It will need to be Monday, I think, before I'm comfortable with them being viable. But anyway, point being is, once we get to this point, we're pretty much grounded. We can't go out anywhere for more than half an hour, and it's pretty impossible for both of us to go. We tend not to take on large projects outside. It's too cold for her to be with us, and of course if you're outside for too long, anything could happen in here. And she likes us to be with her, and at the end of the day the puppies are too valuable to risk losing them because we're outside mending fences or something. So when we get to this point with the dogs' pregnancies, we enter the confinement period where we catch up on paperwork and editing and maybe filming videos, this kind of thing. stuff that needs doing inside the house, and we do the bare minimum outside until the puppies are born. So hopefully by next coffee break the puppies will be here, and of course hot on the heels of the dogs giving birth starts a new season of the Papillon Diaries that will follow that litter of puppies through to the end. The other thing we are tentatively expecting is, my calculations are correct, we've only got about 2 weeks, maybe 3, before Molly comes back into season. We've got to keep everything crossed. Molly is not under the Canine Control Council rules and regulations. Molly is not allowed to have a litter. She's not allowed to be mated until the 15th, I think it is, of June. I'll have to double check that. But because she had 2 litters, one after the other before, she's had to have a year off. So it's, I think from the 15th of June she can be mated any time after that. She can't be mated before. So we're keeping everything crossed that she doesn't come into season in the next week or 2, because it will be too early. After that she can come into season, that's fine. By the time she will need mating will be past the 15th, and she can be mated. And with Millie, we're umming and ahhing as to whether or not to have another litter, or to breed with Millie. She is a beautiful, beautiful dog, and she's probably the best female we've got, but she just hasn't grown enough. She's just a bit too small, and she's over a year old now. Yeah, she's just still tiny weeny little thing. So we're still umming and ahhing as to what we're going to do about her. Audrey, we made the decision that we're going to find Audrey a home now. She's had a litter. She's only 18 months old. She didn't handle the pregnancy very well. It was a nightmare having to do the mating as well. And although she gave us 4 lovely, healthy puppies, none of them were exceedingly good, type-wise, quality-wise. And as we have both her parents, we have her brother, there doesn't seem to be a lot of point continuing. She's just taking up valuable space. So we've had her desexed, and as I say, she's only 18 months old, so while she's young, we're going to find her a home with a family somewhere where she can just be a pet and live the life of Riley. So once she fully recovers from her surgery, and we've got to do a few training things with her to make sure that she's used to travelling in cars and walking on beaches and that sort of thing. Once we've done all that, then we'll actively look for a home for her. There's pretty much a status quo with the chickens at the moment. We've been planting some winter seeds, stuff we should have done earlier, but the summer just didn't end. But we've got Swedes planted, which is rutabaga for our American friends. We've planted snow peas, sugar snap peas, a couple of different sorts of beans. What else? So we had a whole load of strawberry plants we bought, just the runner things a few weeks back. So we filled up one of the raised garden beds just with strawberries, and they're taking off and doing well. So that's good. The herbs that we planted a couple of months ago have all been now planted out into the herb bed and are starting to take off. We still have to do some more because there's a few gaps and not everything made it. But yeah, that's got to be done soon. But again, see, the garden is behind because of the extended summer, and we're totally distracted. One, by the car accident, totally distracted us, and two, with our plans that I think I told you last time we have about fencing the front of the property. We've had one side done because the property we neighbour on one side, the guy passed away probably 2 years ago, I reckon, and the whole place has gone to rack and ruin. He's got 3 sons. From what I can make out, he's estranged from 2 of them, or was estranged from 2 of them. He's left the house, obviously, to the one, but now those 2 are contesting the will, so the whole thing is tied up in court and has been for, well over a year to my knowledge. So the property is just sitting empty, it's overgrown, it's a bit of an eyesore, and someone's gonna get a bargain if they end up selling it. I don't know what I mean, obviously if more than one of them end up with it, they'll have to sell it to split it up. But if the guy has been left to, if he gets it outright, I don't know what he's going to do with it. I don't know whether he plans to live there or he's going to lease it out. He's a bit younger than us, but I think he's got, grown-up kids or virtually grown-up kids. So anyway, because we don't want to get caught up in any controversy with neighbouring fences, with this court case and all the rest of it, we've gone ahead. We've told him, and he's fine with it. We've put up the fences, and we don't have to worry about what happens on that side of the fence anymore. But having done that, we've had estimates for the front fence to go across the front, and with that we're just getting them to put in all the posts and the rails and all that. We want to actually do it in 6-foot high timber palings to screen out some noise from the street, and that bit's relatively easy. So we sort of figured we'll save some money by getting them to do the posts and the rails, and we'll put up the timber. Yeah, so we've got to do that. We've had an estimate. There's a big bit of concrete out the front. We've had an estimate to cut that and break it up and take it away. There's lots of big boulders sort of dotted around out the front. I think they were originally supposed to be part of landscaping, but now they're just looking like big boulders everywhere. And I was gonna get someone with a bobcat to take those away, take the top of the lawn off. And I was saying to Helen the other day, if we take photos of them and advertise them, these rocks, advertise them free on Gumtree, which is like Craigslist, as landscaping rocks, someone, and then just say, your responsibility to take them away, you can have them for free. Someone will come within a week or 2 with a trailer and take them, save us having to get rid of them. And then I think I'm going to do what other people do. I'm going to put down plastic or tarpaulins or something to kill off the vegetation. But anyway, point of all this, our plans, the estimates have come in, and we've gone through the budget, and it's going to be within our means to get it done sooner than later. So we're going to press on with that. So of course that's become a distraction from the current kitchen garden, because we're distracted mentally planning that. And of course, once it gets underway, yeah, I have no idea what our summer garden is going to be like. Because when it comes to spring planting, when I work it out in my head, spring planting, we're going to be up to our eyeballs getting the front in order. So we're probably going to have to make a conscious effort to divide our time between between developing the front and the other half maintaining the kitchen garden at the back of the property, because we don't want that to go to wreck and ruin. So yeah, so that's going on. I think that's pretty much all. So anyway, I've probably rambled on enough throughout this. So I think I'm just going to leave you to get on with it. It's been lovely having a chat. Thank you for putting up with me. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any other videos. And until next time, it's goodbye from Hilltop Farm. See ya!